Hola and welcome everybody to Monday Night Fire Shrike. And as we start off, I want to start off real quick here with I kind of want to start off with let's see. Let's start off with actually merch. Uh because merch, you're kind of doing your thing, and Rulia walks by where the lab where you're at, and she almost walks by, and then she stops and she turns around. She looks at you and goes, "Hey, Turnip." She's like, "You know, I'm gonna call you Turnip because you're gonna turn up some credits. The free
Uh,
captain took my ship. You owe me a lot of money. I talked
the
to Volvetto. That's why I'm here."
the free captains took your ship.
Yeah, your fault. You paid me, but not enough to pay for the ship.
He looks at her and is like, "Hmm, I see. And how much was your ship worth?"
I'll let you know when you're done paying it off.
No,
And
no,
she,
no, no, no.
and
I'm sorry.
she's like, and she doesn't even wait for your reply. She just kind of walks away. He's like, no, 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 no. And she just totally fucking, just like turns and is already like walking out by the time she's like, she smiled when she said that. Like she's totally like, nope. That's,
Nurse.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think I think Nurse Jerkazeel is probably already there.
yeah. So I'm just like, nurse.
Yes, doctor.
If you could find out the price tag for find out the blue book for the year of the ship and the model of that ship, I want to keep my records straight, and I am not going to be had.
And she goes, and she just nods. She's like, and she just nods and goes over it and like works. She goes over and picks up whatever dish that you're experimenting in or whatever. Uh,
Yeah,
she like goes back to her duties as your de facto lab assistant.
of course, yeah. And as she does
Henchman?
that, I finally put a fine point on finalizing the standardization. Oh, did Shaba ever give me access to all experimentation records?
That is a good question.
That is a good question. I'm trying to remember.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because
because
I don't
we
remember.
discussed it, but we never came to a conclusion. But
I don't.
also, Merch was like,
Were you going to
hey,
talk to me or something, and then like the other thing happened?
hmm.
No, Shaba was. Shaba and Merch were talking because Shaba was the one who who met with Serald so far.
Right, right. I'm on my
Mhm,
way
mhm.
at the moment.
Yeah.
I left a fancy party.
Well, dinner anyway.
Basically,
So did I.
all that matters is whether I can fully check off my organized and standardized the scientific stuff or not. I know I'm gonna get all of it eventually, probably, but like, I just want to know if I can check that one off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you know, and I think that's kind of one of those deals where like, and you probably see like you've been on the ship long enough at this point to see that got shit flying around my face here. Um,
Yay!
that's not fun. Um, the to notice that there's just a lot of other fucking there's a lot of creatures around here. You saw a large snake man with multiple heads and a bifurcated tail.
I'm
You heard
just gonna
somebody call
roll
him
life science.
Slan. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll life science now to like identify the members of the crew's
Well,
race.
actually, you don't even have to roll because in your custom micro lab, you just treat that roll as a 20 and add your bonus. So what is
Yeah.
that?
My bonus is 22.
Okay, yeah. So you've
So you're saying you just
heard
got
of
a 42?
Yeah.
your
Awesome.
you've seen an Ilsatherian, and they're relatively new, kind of like the Selamids, which is the
Right.
ooze creature. They're both kind of newer to like the like space travel and what have you. There's a gnome and a halfling that are around here. Like the halfling and the is one of the is apparently the head engineer. Of course, there's a dwarf. The Kolnak.
Right.
They're the ones that are obvious, but there's also the ones that are less so.
Yeah,
Like a
if you
Belida.
were
on it.
the Belida, yep, takes
And
pit.
yep, and then there's also a what you call
The half dead girl.
yeah, half dead
Yep.
motherfuckers.
Borai.
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 Yeah, thank you.
Borai. The Lady Sonnet. Yep.
Yep.
What was she before she was undead?
Human.
Okay.
Ooh.
She used to be human before she was undead.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought she was a drow before she died this entire time.
Nope.
Well, very drowish.
I was
But
gonna say,
human.
She's a human, and we're not going to get into what her backstory is because you guys haven't learned it yet.
Right.
She hasn't really volunteered any of that information, and nobody's really questioned her on it.
nope, she's just
Merch. Merch does have a couple emails to send out.
Okay.
First of all, he's going to send out an email to our Osharu friend and basically say, hey, you have medical baselines. I understand that. I'm like standardizing everything. Can we get re-upped crew like scans or whatever? You know, like re-upped crew checkouts or checkups.
Right.
That's gonna like together, like he and I working together on that.
Right.
And then the other email he's going to send is going to be he's going to send an email to Twinkle. That's just going to say, I need to talk to you in private. Meet me at what's the area? I mean, like our rooms don't have cameras, do they?
Only our fairies.
Yeah, okay. Meet me at my room.
Turn your fairies off.
I don't know. That's a good question, though. Actually, that's probably a question that's better for Shaba at this point.
No
And it's-
comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be running my signal jammer anyway. So
I was gonna say, if that's the case, then Twinkle probably
Wonderful.
would have found it by now. Yes, I can
True.
run computers for that.
Well, technically, yes and no. Were you looking for it? Is it one of Shaba's private cameras? Did she do it? Can you beat that DC?
Not with that roll.
No, not with that roll.
Let's
yeah.
re-roll it.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe with the second roll, but I doubt it.
uh,
Actually, he's gonna ask if he can meet in your room.
in any case, yeah, sure.
But those are gonna be that, and then the one last thing I want to square off. So Shaba, did you give me access or nay?
Yeah, I gave you access.
Cool. Then I have just finished standardizing all of our like research stuff.
Okay. You do find notes that were left by Slef and I believe Ezzy, and that have to do with some sort of alien code. And there's like a notation about there's a notation about how to read the string, like once you translate the code, how to read what that actually means, because you see you see numbers that are strung together that are like um, RS something 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 and OS something something something, and you see like little like annotations about like what all of these things mean, like very clearly. Yeah, original sample and replicated sample. But as far as there is a let's see, where's that again? Because there is a reference to an RS HM1820. And there's a couple of other references to replicated samples apparently. Breaking it down, you're kind of like you're kind of it's not completely and the one that's like RS the one that's RS 20 what is it RS just say damn it the one that's like RSHM1820 is like the translation below it is replicated sample RT or and in parentheses Rex Tolac. Um, so
All right. I guess I do have one more email then, and that would be to Captain Volvetto, and that email would basically say something along the lines of, looking at this, there are like 3 pressing matters for our main research project. There is how they make the clones, decoding the language that they have, and like finding locational data on further cloning facilities. Which one do you want me to work on out of those 3, like primarily? So that would be the email I send to the captain.
All right. So as soon as I get the email, because I'm on the way back, I just call you, and I'm like, "Well, the Greys have told me that no matter how hard we try, we're not going to get very much of the language. So it's not necessarily. While the cloning technology, if we can figure it out, would be massive amounts of wealth for all of us, including
Correct.
myself. No. What was the third thing?
Trying to find locational data or scraping up anything to
Locational
find
data
other
for
places.
other sites would actually be the most important.
Understood. I shall assemble a research team to see how far we can get into that.
Okay. Thank you. I will see you eventually. Like,
all
Of
right.
course.
And I want to flip over here real quick to Twinkle. So you are talking to Nuhi, Jim, and Rossif,
Yes.
Jam and Rossif, and you're kind of still at that. You're kind of still at that dinner with them because the captain's like, "Oh, I've got a thing to take care of. I'll be back." And there's kind of it's funny. The there is a great deal of that like you have been picking up on there's some kind of subtext going on between Jem and Rossif. Something and there's something about like and they were talking about um, people being unfulfilled, like the graffiti about being hungry and starving and whatnot is, you know, reference to being unfulfilled and what have you. What do you want to do with that here? Because it's clear that there's something going on, but um, like they haven't outright said anything yet.
Um, that is, I think, yeah. At that point, Twinkle kind of went, oh, yeah. It's time to bring the captain in on this. Probably gonna need to step out and take a call.
Okay, all right. So
And yeah,
go ahead.
make sure he's not being observed. What would you like me to roll for that? I guess.
I mean, it's easy enough to excuse yourself and say, "Hey, I need to take I got a call I need to take."
Sure.
But as far as not being observed, most people around here sort of you assume you could assume maybe mind their own business because this looks like a criminal district. You've been
Or I guess what I'm trying to say, it's not necessarily observed, but making sure the conversation is actually private, so no one's listening.
So you can probably dance your way around the subject by using a bluff check to try to bury the meaning in what you're saying, and Zai can attempt a sense motive to see if you're attempting. Is you can kind of like double speak. This is something you would probably. This is a way you can use the bluff skill and sense motive. to try to pass hidden messages while talking about something seemingly, innocuous.
Gotcha. Well, let's give that a call. Give it a yep. Give him a ring.
All right,
Is that something he picks up?
Captain, yeah, we can't hear you on stream right now. We still can't hear you. Well, you can everybody else hear me online?
Yes.
Okay, so it's just Chris. Um, he's having a moment, I guess.
He's having a senior moment.
Well, he's having a
I hear you
technology
now.
moment. There he is. All right, awesome. Yeah, you get a phone call. You get a call from Twinkle as you're
Do,
kind of.
do, 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 do. Hello, Twinkle. Can I help you?
Hey, boss. Dinner's fine. Hold on. Roll that
Yeah,
bluff check. See how well this goes.
and
Oh,
I need you to roll a sense motive check,
oh God.
Captain, because he's speaking in subterfuge.
As you wish. One moment. Ah. Everything went crazy.
Oh my God, everything did go crazy.
I'm still good. Okay, over here.
I think it's just on Chris's end.
Ah, gotcha.
Roll 20 went dirt to dirt.
Ah,
I'm back. I'm
all right.
sensing motive as soon as I make it there. But you're
Well,
speaking in subterfuge. Got it.
We'll
No,
see.
no, 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 no. Nope, that's
This-
sleight of hand. Forget that one.
This
okay.
this is the part where I feel bad for Twinkle because his operator, so to speak, is not going to be doing so hot. So, boss, dinner's fine. Things are interesting around here. Different, I guess, than what I'm used to. Many sides to a place like this. Oh, look at the time. Hey, I would love to talk more later. How's that sound? All right, see ya.
Have I made it to the ship at this point?
You can actually get from that there's more to go. Your sense motive is high enough to figure out the subtext here is that dinner's not actually really all that fine, and things are kind of off, and that there's something going on. You have not quite made it to the ship yet. No.
Okay. Just a lot has happened in my short walk back to the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot happens
Well, I
for
realize
Captain's
it's
Eye
actually
anyway,
quite a
so
ways, but still. Go
yeah.
That was
Now,
weird.
he did say talk to you later as
Yep.
opposed to I need to talk to you.
Yeah, you can kind of you can kind of explain what the subtext is. Both your rolls were high enough that I think it's probably pretty you're able to communicate a certain amount just
Right.
without saying directly. So,
More or less, things are not what they originally appeared to be here. I will talk to you later. It is not so important that we need to talk right now about it.
Okay.
all right.
I figured that's what it meant.
So you go back in, and you do have some social skills here. Are you gonna try to are you gonna try to use any of your social intuition or social skills to try to get more out of this?
Would you like? What would you like for that?
I don't know. That depends on your approach. Are you going to take a deceitful approach, like, "Oh yeah, I totally know what you mean," and da da da, or you can talk to me, or are you going to try to coax it out of them by being like, "Look, I'm an outsider. Maybe this is something I would understand." Da da da. I mean, what is your approach? Are you kind of like trying to play the sympathetic ear, or are you trying to be like deceitful? How are you playing this?
Right now, I'm wishing I could just roll computers and just be like, "This is what you got to do to fix it."
Because it's a choice between bluff or diplomacy.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's just how do I want to go about this? We'll try and do diplomacy.
Okay.
Oh God. All right.
All right. I think that's a pretty good roll right there. So how are you going to, what are you going to say to try to coax this out here? What's going on?
Probably, find another time where he is by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just hey, so what we were talking about earlier, I just want you to know that, well, I may not look it, but I'm pretty good at listening, and believe it or not, I might understand a thing or two about what you're talking about. I've been in tight situations myself once, or let's not talk about that right now. Point is, you can trust the crew, you can trust me, especially if it's just something you just want to get off your chest.
He's like, I think Rossov kind of looks around. He kind of does that thing where he's like, look, he goes, I'm there's a lot of folk around here that this ship has been. It was never meant to be used in this purpose. I mean, I don't know how much do you know about our history here in the Pact Worlds or the history of the Kasathans?
I
More
don't
than I
know. What
thought.
do I know?
Actually, you know quite a bit as far as it goes. You know that they came from a distant system and they showed up kind of right around the time of the Silent War, and they were originally going to just invade and conquer Akaton, but the Pact World Fleet sort of showed up and said, "Hey, uh, no," and they said, "You know what? Maybe we should just kind of." Maybe we should just kind of
Colonize.
stick it out and maybe we should just kind of make this ship our world and join the Pact Worlds because they look pretty strong and you know what? Maybe this would be beneficial. There's
Mm-hmm.
that incentive of, or it could, with the slight added incentive of, or we could have a really long, dirty, nasty fight. We probably won't win on our hand. They realized pretty quickly it wasn't a fight they like that was going to be cheap. It was going to be very costly. Um, and what you do know of uh, and kind of what you've picked up on from your cultural references is the red corridors is the people who are less traditional in Kasathan society. They are the artists, the malcontents, the criminals, and you've kind of found it and um, you know that there are some, Kasathans who have gone out into the greater pact worlds and, and gained citizenship on other worlds. Like Akaton is one of the ones. That's where they were originally going to try to conquer anyway. Is
Mm-hmm.
one of the ones that they have put people on. But they also have a few, Kasathans, enclaves and, districts and a few other places. Particularly
So
places like,
essentially, they tried to be the conquering heroes and then found out this place was a lot tougher than they bargained for.
well, more to the point, the impression that you've been given through talking to probably Nahir and going through records, when they started their journey, drift travel wasn't a thing. It didn't exist. They started it, and this is a generational ship. This is a ship that where generations of Kasathans grew up. These people were this technologically advanced, while most of the packed races were drawing in shit on cave walls. Um, but they plateaued.
And
They
they're
sort of
watching everybody else just kind of pass them by, huh?
well, and they got by the time they got here, by the time they actually got to the packed worlds, societies had developed to this technological level where they were space travelers themselves and there was civilizations everywhere that weren't there when they originally got data on the planets here because they
Yeah.
originally figured that Akaton was not occupied by anything but like primitive life forms
Mm-hmm.
you know
So,
um,
So
for
equal parts unfortunate and the like.
Yeah, they
Okay.
their tendency to turn inwards towards their history in their culture has sort of like stymied, further technological development. Um,
Which is, I don't know, it's weird. Probably the weirdest thing about them. They've still been stifled.
you know, simply because they culturally they revere their past, quite a bit.
Okay.
Um,
But it's also because we have direct access. Like we have better access to our past than most
yeah,
other cultures.
Sure.
Like if
You
I want
you
to talk
have
to George Washington, the Kasathan, I can.
right. So instead of just, revering an ancestor, you are much more able to no, this ancestor says this, not said.
Yeah.
Or
right.
we think this happened. No, we can talk to
Right.
somebody that was there and this is what happened.
Mm.
So, well, this is what they say happened. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, I know a bit of this and a bit of that. It,
He goes, so you know that this was our home is it's not a home, not like what we were looking for. Uh, our we were meant to settle on Akaton. We were meant to, uh, you know, we were meant to make that our new homeworld. But we got here and there's people on it and people all over the place. And do you have any idea what it's like to be an outsider in your own culture?
oh, buddy, that I can agree with. I
Uh,
haven't I haven't been in one place for too long. I got connections, but no family.
so there's a lot of there's 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 several different ways of thinking. To most people out there in the pack worlds, I understand they think this is a completely debate-free consensus and that everybody just agrees on everything. But that's kind of selling it short a little bit. There are some traditionalists who want to go ahead and try to conquer Akaton anyway, because that was the original purpose. There are some that want to fire up the engines and go fly away to a new place. That's maybe not the most viable solution because by and large, the largest contingent would feel like the wisdom of the ancestors would have done exactly as we've done and, fold into this alliance for greater protection and benefit. Um, I don't personally have a problem I don't personally have a problem with, the people around here, the species around here. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to take over a world that they don't want us to take over. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that we're not going to get the engines fired up. And my understanding is Akaton's got a dying ecosystem anyway, and a dying economy. There are
Mm,
some that want more. I mean, imagine the marginalization of entire generations of families stuck in one small section of the ship because one or two of their earliest members on the ship were didn't fit into the social order. I got no problem with my neighbors, other than the occasional dispute. Most of them, understand the deal. I even really like the art down here. A thriving artistic community. I mean, you should see some of the paintings the guy that two doors down does. They're something else. But and he kind of looks around and makes sure that Jim is not in the room, and he goes, "Those graffiti. Well, some of us are a bit unfulfilled by the way life is here. I mean, there's some that live in the green area and try to live as close to the roots as their problem as our ancestors, but I mean, it's a green area on a ship. It's not a world per se.
right.
I mean, some of the people who describe themselves as unfulfilled, they're they're kind of getting more radical. I mean, there's a chance that I'm afraid there's a chance that there are some of the more militant ones, the more radical ones might try something stupid, like trying to take the ship, trying to take the bridge, or you know, or blowing something up, or trying to start a war. I mean, I've heard rumors, nothing solid, but and certainly that's just talk right now. But
Well, trust me, is a bit of a nerd to well myself. It all depends how well organized you are. How do you feel about that?
well, we don't have anywhere near enough people to challenge the crew. That there is still a crew that maintains the ship systems and operate. There's still the Adari Defense Force, and they'd come down into the red corridors and root out every last malcontent, whether they were part of the movement or had anything to do with whatever was done. And it didn't really matter. It'd be a stain on the honor of Kasathan society to allow a few malcontents to disrupt peace.
So, what? Kill them all and let God sort them out?
Eh, the he goes, I'm not sure which God you're referring to, but more or less the idea being that it just wouldn't be pleasant. I can't say for certain exactly how it would go down, but it wouldn't work out well for us. And some of us, and he kind of looks towards he kind of looks over towards the sort of kitchen area where where he went back in to sort of like check on the preparations, have a lot more to lose than others.
Just trying to survive in a war zone. I get that. At least it's not yet. Like you said, the art's nice. I like the art. I hope
And
it stays that way.
it's like there's an exhibition down there's an exhibition down the way that I'm going to go to later. If you're interested, this guy he does impressionistic work of what Kossuth looks like,
Hmm.
or what it used to look like anyway.
You know, I think I'd like that.
He's like, yeah. He goes, I'll take you down and introduce you to the painter. She's really something else.
Sounds like
And
fun to me.
yeah, and there's and there is and I'd like to cut over at this point to something slightly more tense. Uh, Vesa and Xander, you are in the middle of a fight. You're in the middle of a big fight, and it is the top of the round, and that means it's Xander's turn to start off with. You are facing two Orokorans that are, have come in sort of through the back door, and the Bazik, Isaki, and the rest, are all sort of like dealing with those at the front door, your would-be kidnappers that you're kind of having to work together with. Um, what is your action here?
Okay, first I have a question. Do we
Yes.
still have the buff of that +2 thing?
To the beginning of your next turn, or to the beginning of Vase's next turn.
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember that. Okay. So there was one that was attacking me, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Okay. So on him, I'm gonna do the not in the face thing, but I'm gonna use a resolve point to where he doesn't have to make his saving throw, and he automatically takes a -4 to all attacks until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Do you do? I have a question here because some of these are language dependent, and I believe that's one of them. Do you speak Aklo? What languages do you speak?
Hold on, I'm trying to find languages on here.
languages should be towards the top of your sheet, uh, up by up by your theme and your hit points and your class details and your home. It's actually underneath your senses, like right before the.
Yeah, so apparently I don't speak any languages at all because I didn't write it down. So
So you
probably
you would
don't.
speak. So you basically speak common and the language of whatever world you're actually from, and then you speak an extra number of languages equal to your intelligence bonus, and you get one more language for each point you've put into culture.
Oh, I didn't know you get an extra language with your intelligence bonus. I've got more
Yep.
languages that need to be included at some point. Jeez Louise.
It gets a little sick after a point.
Right? Like,
For,
speak everything at this point.
I mean, for the moment, you can basically put down common, and if you're from a world that has its own language, that language, and then you could just say, "Oh, I speak Aklo," and figure out the rest of them later. Just jot down the ones that you've got set that you automatically have, and that one. So
The amount,
that way you can use the ability.
yeah, with the amount of knowledge I have with going and studying and working in a library, I'm almost guaranteeing I'd probably speak that.
Yeah, that's sort of the native language of Octurne, and it's not that it's a super common language, but you probably have a shit ton of languages that you can know, and it, you know, be as a scholar, it might be something esoteric enough to be like, I'm going to learn this language because reasons. So you're going to do not in the face, and what kind of action is that? Is that a standard or a move?
Move action.
Okay, and then what are you going to do for your standard action?
Shoot him.
Okay. Let me get that here real quick. So go ahead and give me that attack roll then. I need to go to the page. There it is. All right. 26. That's enough to hit. And 17. And it's a laser pistol. 17 damage. That's pretty good damage right there. Let's see. So it'd be. All right. Yeah, he's unflankable. True. All right. Good, good. Okay. Alrighty. So you managed to shoot him and hit him. There's a burn mark across his back as you're shooting at him. And from there it goes to Plu. Pluiga. And I believe Pluiga is going to I need to check something here real quick. First of all, I keep forgetting that he actually has an animal companion because he was built with that in mind. His his bug that he rides, that it looks like one part freaking dragonfly and one part wasp. It's gonna 1d20 plus 11. Oops. Slash R 1d20 plus 11. 24. That's enough to hit, and its damage. 3, 4, okay. Yeah, it does a fair amount of damage himself.
Did you add your +2?
That's to attack, and yeah,
I thought,
I. Hmm?
I thought it was for both. Bonus
Nope.
to attack. Oh, wait. I can spend a resolve point to +2 attack and damage rolls. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. Maybe I wrote it down wrong. I probably wrote it down wrong.
Let's see. Let's improved get him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do envoy, improved get him. Morale bonus to +2 standard action. No, it's just to attack, is what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just the attack rolls. But yeah, he does a significant. It fires like it fires off like a barbed spike that hits that sticks in the thing like in the thing's like main body or what have you. And then Plu himself. Let's see. I'm gonna find Plu. Pluiga. There he is. All right. And Pluiga himself, he's going to use his Gelid Hail pistol to try to attack it. And he's got that. What if I That is not enough to hit. He misses as he fires shards, of ice at it, and they all miss. But his insect hit at least. And now we go from there to one of them. And I want to do something here real quick. There you go. I need to find a picture here. Let's see. By the way, that's what's you guys are looking at. That's what's fighting you.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Pretty nasty. Um, from Plu, it goes to one of them, and it's the one that I believe is attacking Xander. What's it gonna do here? It's gonna spit its thin stream of vomit at you. Let's see. What is that? It is a. Okay. Slash R1 plus 16. Xander, does 27 hit your EAC? Yay? Nay?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Alright, slash R. First of all, the acidic nature is going to do some damage to you. You take 14 points. And I need you to roll me a will save. You're fine. You are not hallucinating. Going from there, it goes to Vesa, but Vesa, you actually did not pass a saving throw last time.
No,
So
I'm tripping balls.
we're gonna find out here real quick what happens.
Oh shit.
So, okay. So I need you to roll me a 1D100. So you'll type in /R 1D space 1D100.
Okay. So 67.
67. I need you to roll a 1d8 plus your strength modifier because you smash yourself with whatever you have in your hand.
Oh no. Oh, I fucked it up. Hold on. Let me do it again. I didn't put a space in there because I'm very upset. Oh, it's a fucking 9!
You do nine hits too.
Max
Like
damage.
you think, like you think there is something on your forehead that is trying to eat your brain, and you like smack yourself in the head with your gun, with the hilt of your gun, and just whack. Um. All right.
What are you
Let's-
doing?
No, there was a thing. It was a problem. I feel itchy. My tongue's swollen.
The other one is going to
I can
attempt.
taste colors. I'm sorry.
It's
I can
going
see
to.
through time.
It's going to actually try to melee attack you at this point. Slash or 1d plus that, and this will be against your KAC. Does a 23 hit your KAC?
No.
Yeah. So apparently, when you smack yourself, you reel back enough that it misses with its proboscis.
Hey, I'm so excited about this. I feel like I have a bruise on my forehead now. Damn it.
And that takes it back to the top of the round. And did I ever roll for how many rounds? Oh, that's yeah, because you've got. I do have the ticker on there. Luckily, not for terribly long. Top of the round, we go to Xander.
I don't know. Same things. Not in the face.
Okay,
And then shoot him in the face.
all right.
We still have the +2 or not?
Nope, because it is past. Because it is past. It expired at the beginning of Vase's turn,
That's
and
That's right.
all
And I
Vase
hit
can do this
myself
round.
instead.
Yeah.
Like a dumbass.
Hey, that that he was spitting the shit from the. Yeah, that is not enough to hit. But it goes to Pluiga. Pluiga's got his little buddy there, which is 11. Shooting a barbed dart at the one that's. Because Plu is going after the one that's attacking you. Holy shit! Plu's little bug. Plu's bug did a good. He rolled a fucking nat 20. So. Wait, what is it? The damage. So that's 64 plus 18. 64 plus. Jesus, Plu.
Did he kill him for me?
No. And it's technically Plu's bug, not Plu that did that. But that's still Plu in a way, because Plu is commanding it to do that shit.
We have a
And for
connection.
Plu, yeah, he actually took the feats to make use of his animal companion. There was a move action, so He's going to attack with his gun. That's enough to hit. He actually hit this time. What do you know? 16 points. Damn. Plu's like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, I'm helping. Is it? It's good. Well, we got you. We got your back. We got your back." And he fires his little Gelid hail pistol and shoots fucking chunks of ice that hit the thing square in the face. It's now very much more distracted by Plu and his insect than you at the moment. But the one that's attacking Xander gets its action, and it is still attempting to spit at you, and it takes that -4 to hit, so factor that in. 26, that hits your EAC.
Who? I'm sorry.
Yes, it does.
Xander. Let's see. All right, so you take some damage, and I need a will save. You take another 14 points of damage, and you pass the will save. So, all right. Oh shit, yeah. But you still take the 14 points of damage. It takes it to Vasa's turn. Give me another 1d100 roll, Vasa.
Okay. 51. Square in the middle of bullshit.
Again. So roll that damage again as you smack yourself in the head again.
Fucking thing is on my face. I don't know why.
Whack!
No way.
Just
It's
leave
that
the dragon alone. If it wants to eat your face, let it.
8 points of damage and smacking yourself in the face. This point, the hallucination sort of wears off at this point.
Oh my god.
Get
I
it
feel
this time? Did you get it this time?
I don't know, man. That was stupid. I feel like I'd be like a little toppled over with my hands on my knees, just annoyed and in pain and fucking what the fuck? God.
Don't feel bad. Captain Zai used to try intimidating himself in the mirror and occasionally would roll 20s and he'd knock himself out running away from himself.
Oh no.
That is canon. That is canon.
I love it so much.
So, all right, that takes it to the last Oricorin, which is going to attack Plu and his bug this time.
Don't you know about the bird?
Whoa,
What happened?
missing a few characters in that string. Might help if I 28. I'm pretty sure that's enough to hit Plu. Pretty sure. Yep, that's enough to hit Plu. So Plu now takes some damage.
My sweet fur baby, no. Don't you hurt him.
It's 10. So here. All right. So there's that, and Plu needs to make a will save. Passes. Alrighty. And let's see. New another. Let's go back to Commodore Zai here, and coming back to the Blue Ember. Zai, you managed to make it back to the Blue Ember at this point.
That was the longest walk back to the ship ever, guys.
Yeah. Well, you kept getting interrupted by people calling you.
Nope. I completely understand that. So, where did I say to put them? Sora, where are you? Are you
In
in
the mess hall.
galley? All right, so
Yep.
I walk into the galley. Describe yourself.
Cyril?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cyril's
I'm seeing you for the first time.
human. He's about 6'1", 6'2" in height. Very, well, it's hard to tell his build because he's wearing this, lilac and white poncho that covers most of his outfit. But you can tell underneath he has this sort of, like, regimental dress that's been up-armored since then and made into, like, an adventurer's outfit. Short cropped silver hair, light silver eyes, and he's just sitting there looking into a portal that he's created of another time and another place.
Well, and there's two other people with him too. There is a both of them are darker skinned. One's got pointed ears and sort of spiked hair. And he seems to be just simply casually like looking through the mess area, the kitchen area. He seems to be looking around like the coffee area, and the other one is standing quietly by the human.
Do I recognize their species with a life science of 20?
I think it's plausible that you recognize that they're outer planar at the very least, that they're not of this plane.
I sit down on the other side of the mess table from him and start peering through this portal as well.
Oh, it's incomprehensible. It's kind of like something you would see in 2001. He seems to be getting more out of it than anybody else, if anyone else is looking into it.
Let's see.
But, like, his eyes were very unfocused as he, like, blinks out and looks to you and is like, "Ah, Captain, we meet again. Well, with you, this is the first time. But it is not the first time I have met you."
And how is that? Exactly.
My name is Cyril Silverchild. I am what is called a witch warper. And I am not from this timeline. Not originally.
Interesting. But more importantly, what about the Greys? I find in my travels that the thing I have the hardest time of doing, besides convincing people that I'm not an actual terrorist, is convincing people that Greys exist and that I've hung out with them.
I have not hung out with Greys, but they have been providing me with information on one of my investigations into portals that have been opening up in this universe, creating
Interesting.
unnecessary crossovers, as it were.
Necessary.
What interests
This
me
is
the
interesting.
most...
Technically, this is the first portal I've ever seen. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, are you sure you're not the problem?
Believe me, I would know if I was the problem, Captain. And I am not the problem. And he always seems to have this very flat expression on his face. Very, handled emotions.
Right? He seems very tight-lipped.
Yeah,
And my sense motive of 17 didn't like reveal anything about you. So,
as far as you can tell,
so
he's being like perfectly truthful.
What investigation are you on? You said it's to do with portals that aren't this one in front of us.
Right.
But why would you come to me? I'm a known terrorist.
The Greys
Technically,
told
as far
me
as the
to.
world is, as the universe goes, I'm a bad guy. And the Grey is telling you to fucking come see me. It's super weird. But
they told me that you would potentially have more information than I could find anywhere else. They also said that there might be information on the cursed planet of Nocturne.
Octurne.
Octurne. I keep thinking Nocturne because it's spooky and dark.
It maybe in your timeline it is Nocturne.
Maybe. Oh,
Mm.
my timeline.
Do I
And you
Well,
notice
in my
anything-
timeline, we called it Weed City.
And
Do I
don't
notice anything unusual that he's wearing or like carrying on him? I
There's
realize-
there's a what looks to be like a sawn-off shotgun that's got an 8-barreled revolver for like a revolver clip to it. And it does say Captain's Eye Original on it.
and don't forget you also have that data thing that you got from Altho Blith
Oh,
that
nice.
has
Right.
the information. Was the
But I was like checking him out because out of character, I know he's got a Captain's Eye original, but I wanted to know
Right.
if I noticed because that's something I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Can I see your weapon?"
Of course, I believe that it might prove that I am not lying, as it were. If it helps you understand my intentions, you are free to look at it.
you don't remember building this particular weapon.
And what about my signature? Is the signature the same?
It's not a fake, but it's not it you don't it was one of the signature design is one of the design, like when you were coming up and concepting what your like design was going to be, your stamp, you
Mhm.
went through like several ideas before you settled on one. This is one of those ideas that you didn't settle on. And in fact,
Mm.
it's not even one that you even showed anybody when you were like sort of drawing out the designs or whatnot. Like as far as
It's
you
one that
know.
went straight into the trash.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, this is definitely my work, but I don't remember building this.
No, you
so-
yourself did not, but another Captain's Eye did.
So I'm going to give you a major benefit of the doubt on this because number one, most people aren't going to come to me and be like, "The Greys sent me." That just sounds like a bad idea, doesn't it?
I
And
cannot say whether or not it is a bad idea, but it is what happened.
so what exactly do you need me to do for you?
Yeah, he hands out this data stick and is like, I've recovered this data stick. I believe it has more to do with the Greys. And would it be wrong to say that you have been investigating their intrusions into your work?
It's a little more complex than that for me. As far as it goes, up until recently, the only Grey that was technically in my life at one point was a crewman of mine. And we did a bunch of shit together. And then
Right, I
through...
believe you worked at Space Denny's.
No, Space Carl's Jr. Space Denny's went out of business ages ago.
Perplexing. Where will I
They-
get the Grand Slam now?
Data, by the way,
God damn it.
by, by the way, the data chip that Serold hands you has vague description of somewhere on Octurne in the Dark Valley, and it's got a few numbers that look like the code that the code that Slef and company were cracking.
Is this the OS or the
These are OS numbers.
OS.
original sample? Excellent. Well, welcome aboard. You're going to stay with us for a while. I'll pay you, of course, if you should need it, once I get paid. But as you know, I'm Captain's Eye, which means you've just added one more piece of chicken to my plate, which was
Indeed.
already overflowing. So
I hope
may
that it
take
is
some
not.
time.
Hope that this is not too difficult for you, Captain. But
No.
wherever I am useful, myself and my friends are at your service.
True, and you have colleagues. That's good. Are they
Well, and
What are your skill sets?
the one that's actually in the that's actually banging around in the kitchen is like, how, you know, before you go referencing volunteering us off for who knows what, shouldn't we make sure that they can make a good frappuccino? I don't see the. Oh, there it is. Now
You are not
where's the
being
caramel?
volunteered. You are being voluntold to do this.
he's like,
Hmm.
he's like, wait. I think there's some caramel syrup down here. No,
One
that's not.
moment.
That's not even syrup. Ew, what is that?
My
Who
friend
cleans
has
your
very
kitchen?
exacting tastes in his coffee.
He's like,
He has
yeah,
a latte things on his mind.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, Cyril with the dad jokes.
oh man,
Uh,
I think there's a slight snort from Harak. and the, yeah,
say, technically, my friend, if you're trying to get a coffee made, that would be Rex department. At this point, he is a connoisseur of blends.
can you make a good latte? Like
Well-
caramel latte, extra caramel.
What is your name again?
Oh, I'm. My name is Kalith. Kalith Ineb. And that over there, my oh so quiet associate, goes by Harak.
Hmm. Well, Kalis, I hate repeating myself. You will meet Rex very soon, and he will hook you the fuck up and be happy to do it for you. But most of those things he keeps on the fire strike, so you're on the wrong ship for a good cup of coffee.
We're
He
going to
does
have
send
to do some grocery
packages.
shopping.
He does send packages to Ashira, but at the moment she is somewhere else.
Ah, He's like, going to have to do some grocery shopping. Can't be staying around here without a decent caramel latte. I just can't wake up and I can't think straight and do my best work with.
So
And
basic.
I look back at Cyril and I'm like, it's moments like these where if I was a terrorist, I'd just shut him up.
I have had that thought many times myself.
Very well. I will introduce you to not Kolnak, Qualu. He is the head of security. No. Yes.
technically they've already met Qualu and Rek because that's who. But they didn't. They didn't
Wait,
necessarily
Rick was
introduce
standing there
themselves.
the whole time because I hadn't dismissed him, huh?
Rek was
Because he was the
standing
one that.
outside the door. Rek
Okay.
was standing at the door, kind of guarding the entrance.
Well, in that case, that part of the conversation wouldn't have happened. I would have hollered at Rek, who was outside, who would have came in and been like,
Yeah, he's like a latte, a fancy coffee. Well, shoot, I don't think I've made one of those in a while. Let me check my database, see if I still have that program on file. It's just kind
"Thank you." That's more like how it would have happened. But yeah, so everyone will get assigned rooms. You'll have to go to Glacial and get a scan, of course, and a sample. We have to make sure you're not clones. And welcome aboard.
It is good to be working
you
with
seem
you again,
like you'll
Captain.
fit in well.
yeah,
Whether
he's
or not I fit in is of little consequence. Whether or not I am useful to our work, that is what's important.
I think this is about the time that Oshni like goes by the door and is like, "Whoa, this place is big," and he just kind of keeps going.
Oh God.
I have never
Um,
interacted with this one before.
Yeah,
This is
it's
worrisome.
oh yeah, he's new.
it's an ooze that just kind of like goes by and is like, "Whoa, this place is big, man. It's a big ship." Just keeps going.
His skill set makes him most valuable.
I will trust your judgment.
If it were not for my shadow, as I pat Tixpit on the chin,
Yeah.
he would be my bodyguard.
I have something personal to ask of you already, though I understand if you are not willing to give in to my wishes right now. but I would like to have access to the files you already have on the Greys and their language.
Ooh, do you have additional information on said language?
I would like to see what these data files mean, and see if they are of any use to my current investigation.
Merch, your phone starts to go off. It's Captain's Eye.
Hello, Captain. This is Merch. How can I help you?
Well, normally I wouldn't call you directly for adding new crew, but it seems that this crew is fairly specialized and not from this dimension. And
Not
they
from this
have,
dimension, you say?
yes, not from this dimension, and possibly this timeline, correct?
Indeed.
And possibly this timeline. So he has additional information on the Gray's language, and since I've just given you access to all that stuff and you've reformatted everything, I figured you should come to the galley and meet this person so that you can collaborate together. It's a human, so don't freak out when you get here.
Merch, feel free to make a sense motive check on this one, but Merch is like, is this the new one who Shaba spoke to?
I believe so.
Right. I shall go see him right away.
All right.
And yeah, he
I
hangs
was gonna
up.
say, even without a sense motive, you don't seem like you're wanting to do it.
Yeah. But yeah,
see.
Merch will start heading towards. I mean, like, you
It's a
can pick up
20.
on an obvious taste of disdain, but you're not sure if that's like, oh, it's a human, or oh, he has to do extra work, or this or that. But you can tell
Right.
that he's not exactly excited about it.
Yeah, even I, Chris, figured it out a little bit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaba, I think that
Yeah, Shaba would have been notified. No, Shaba, were you there technically and just chilling?
You can call it that.
Okay, so at the point where I decided they were just going to go with this, that would have been the point where I would have hollered at you to come in. Shaba, are you around somewhere, or do I need to call her? Ah, there you are.
and I think and I think there's you actually have Shaba, you were probably had just recently gotten your the hell had probably just recently gotten your the files downloaded for some of the other crew members that you recently added, like Zrinvesh and Lady Sonic.
Right. In fact, he would probably casually walk by just to check the situation out, since he's not the crew leader. What the heck is his position now? Crew chief?
Chief mate.
Chief mate, yeah.
Which I need to fix his hit points, stamina points, and stuff, because that's not right.
Zenfresh?
Yeah,
Hang on.
because his racial hit points should be set at 6, and envoys don't get 12 per level. I think you added that.
Bad.
I think you added the two together and put that in there, but he only gets the 6 hit points at first level. And
Yes. Sorry, man.
there's an actual
Alright.
box next to the race for the.
Yep,
Yeah, there
I
you go.
switched it to 6.
There you go.
Yeah, it's still not bad.
There.
Sorry about that, guys.
That fixes that.
How
Anyway,
dare you?
Well, he gave me a bunch of NPCs to take care of, and I've been trying.
I'm just giving you crap.
I know. I still love you, Twinkle.
I'm
Aw,
Though you might not love these new
thanks.
people that just came on board. You'll probably like them more than the radish, but still.
We'll see. It all first impressions. When you're selling crank outside a shady bar, that's not a great first impression.
Now, that's true.
I mean,
Bitches!
just being
technically-
honest.
Technically, if you're a drug user, that can be a great first impression.
True.
I will not
I-
argue with you in that respect.
I've met people that I had long relationships with that were just over things in the craziest places. But anyway, that's another story. Amy, we'll talk about it later. She's done. But anyway,
I'm
so where
sorry,
were
I
we?
got chips, so I was not gonna crunch in the mic.
No.
I'm gonna
you
mute
did
myself
fine.
and chew some more. But I'm excited about the story.
All right. So, what are we getting paid 40 grand for again? It's been 2 weeks and my brain forgot. What is Auntie paying us for?
You are supposed to be looking for what happened to one of their diplomats.
Right.
Like they're
And we
gonna
need
send
to go
you
to
over
the Vescarium for that?
he was supposed to be going to the Vescarium.
Hmm.
There's and you all, yeah, he was
But-
going to the Vescarium, and
Okay.
you also have like,
And the
and-
Greys wanted us to go to Eox?
well, no, nobody has had you going to Eox.
Octurne.
Well, no. Octurne. Thank
the
you.
yeah.
Dark Valley there.
Well,
The
they've
Dark
been
Valley.
leading. They haven't told you specifically you need to go there. Basically, they've just sort of pointed Serald in directions and
All right.
let him.
So
the
we
most
need to look for a
direct
diplomat
is
in
like,
the Vescarium. And we
yeah.
need to do Cyril's thing. We, of course, still need to fucking figure out Jalek's disease. And then... Neverwhere. And then
Well, and
the Reptoids.
Well, and you've also got like, and you've also got
Oh,
like
and then
Sobus
Planet Zod,
Greenfellow.
dear God.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Sobus
Phobos.
Greenfellow, and there's is sort of like working on getting your legal status as a sovereign planet worked on in the Pact
Yes.
Worlds, so that
Hmm.
you can generally claim diplomatic immunity.
Technically, how many hours do I have left of diplomatic immunity here?
You've got you've got maybe about a day before, like, you've got to leave here within like the next
Right.
day.
I thought she said 24 hours. That's why I was asking.
Well,
for
24
hours.
hours where she gave you 24 hours on the Adari.
24 hours
because she
on the
figured it.
Adari.
Yeah, she figured it up the amount of time that she figured it would probably take for you to leave the system. She didn't calculate in an extra trip to Octurne because she didn't know that there
No.
was any reason to go there for
Yeah.
you.
And
So where
really,
she
when
was
it comes
sending you.
down to it, we can just throw out a whole bunch of, things, and they'll never know that we went to Octurne anyways. They'll be like, oh yeah, 6 of the signals went out of Pact World, so we should probably be fine. But that part's not important. Or I get lost. So,
Who is it that
Do
I
I
am
have
waiting
time?
to see?
do I have time before we leave to go back to the red district and
Yeah.
put out, like, I want to be like, oh shit, Captain's Eye, I guess I should roll for it.
Well, and
Well, no, I
and
I just wanna
Twinkle and
let-
Lady Nurx, Twinkle and Lady Sonnet are still in the red district right now, having
yeah.
dinner with your friends.
and this is an awesome point for me to be like, all right, so you guys handle this. I need to go finish this party. Shaba, will you be joining me again?
I got work to do around here, but
Okay,
Maybe
I'm
not.
just saying that you look fine as hell in that dress, and I would hate for you to only wear it for an hour.
she's back in her armor. She was
Oh,
meeting
damn it,
these
you
guys.
did change into your armor, I remember. Well, I don't remember.
Hmm.
But yeah, you still looked fine as hell. There you go. So, wait, now I'm waiting for merch. Damn it.
Yeah.
Hello, merch.
Merch is vibing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Merch is
literally
vibing.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally the walk to... Unless it's just a ridiculous length of a walk to the canteen, he's there in, like, 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't think it was taking you forever. I just lost track of what we were doing.
Yeah.
Another thing you notice, Captain, is that during the time it took for you to walk back to the ship in this back and forth, forward and back, and then forward and back, Serold had a bowl of fortunate trinkets that he separated out the cereal from the marshmallows and ate the cereal, but it has tucked the marshmallows away into a pack, like a little. Trying to think what the thing is, what you call them. Like if it were a molly, it would be something you strap onto that you open up with a clip. What the fuck is the word I'm looking for?
Beats us, man.
A fanny pack?
No, it's just like just a pack. We'll just say something like that. Like
Okay.
I can't think of
Alright.
words are hard.
Words are hard.
Merch, this is Sarah. These are his friends. Let me catch you up. Oh, there you go. You caught up.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like Zai literally just stands there and goes, oh, and then walks away and leaves you like, well, that was informative.
Yeah. Merch looks Serold up and down and is like,
Is
pleasure
your
to
portal
meet.
still open?
No, he closed it.
Okay, just check.
All of his magic
Says-
works through portals.
Yeah. Says, pleasure to meet you. My name is Matthias Merch Dishborg. My friends call me Merch. You can call me Dr. Dishborg.
My name is Serold
That was
Silverchild.
hot.
My friends call me Serold. You may call me Mr. Silverchild.
The most
So
clown
bad.
shoes. The most clown shoes meeting between two straight laced characters.
So
Yeah, Merch looks at Cyril and says, the captain has informed me that you are looking for further information on the what is it? The alien language that they have there of the Greys?
Correct. I have
and
been
you,
given
and you-
information that may be of similar nature to yours. Since this is my personal investigation, I would be most God, now James is having problems because he's not as smart as Serold.
Words are hard.
I would be most grateful if I were able to examine what information the crew has already attained regarding this alien language.
Of course, of course. I shall give you access to the logs, of course, because the captain requested it, but I must ask, what is the nature of your investigation?
He gives you your own look up and down and is like, I doubt that you understand the transmetaphysical nature of these mysticism, the transmystic nature of these portals, but I am investigating transdimensional holes in this universe that intersect with parallel realities.
I see. So, in layman's terms, you're a dimension hopper waiting for the last leap home?
I'm investigating why these leaps are opening without any provocation.
Interesting. And he just kind of like looks at you and kind of like gives you this stare that you can't really see behind, like it's like a wall. He says, and he like waits for about 5 seconds and says, all right, come with me to the science labs. I shall unlock the terminals for you immediately.
Yeah, he motions for his posse to follow him.
Yeah, and as they're walking, he probably is like, I do have one question for you, Mr. Silverchild.
Of course, Doctor.
Do you enjoy or do you know much about clones? And like, like maybe we fade there or something as they're walking.
Right.
Interesting.
And I want to go. I want to follow mysterious Shaba here for a minute because Shaba's got business on the ship and several
Yeah,
crew
Shaba.
members and whatnot. Going through your personnel files, like currently currently your intel team pretty much consists of you and Twinkle and Vector, and Nurx is listed as an advisor, as an advisory role. But looking at the skill sets and the files that you have on the crew members, though they may be less than complete, um, the from what you can tell about Lady Sonnet, she's very sneaky and appears to have done some wet work before in like sort of her workup. Scramjet and Fizz both have excellent computer skills, but they're both Scramjet's assigned to piloting, uh, and Scramjet's assigned to piloting. He's on board and he actually works. Didn't he work? Don't you have him assigned to the Fire Shrike?
One moment.
I know Scramjet's assigned to the Fire Shrike because he's your other decent pilot.
Yeah. Well, and we don't like him.
What's wrong with Scramjet?
He's a
Racist.
racist.
Oh, is he?
He's mildly racist towards SROs, and I love Wreck a lot more
And
than I love
elves.
most of the crew.
Oh, does he not like
Kinda
elves
elves.
either?
Yeah,
No, he's not.
Oh, I thought he
No,
made a.
he didn't say it.
I thought he made a comment at
Scramjet
Ashira.
and-
No.
Okay, so Captain Shaba, Whistle Fizz is engineer, Scramjet is pilot, Vector 19 is over there as the science officer, Wreck is on guns,
Yeah.
and Slan is currently the magic officer on that ship.
Yeah, and it looks like
But
Slan has
I'm
some
sure we
computer
can find
skills.
him something else to do.
Well, and it looks like Slan's got some computer skills as well. Most
Yeah,
of the
that's
people,
true.
most of the, it sounds like most of the people on that are on the Fire Strike have some capacity. Although Whistlefizz is leading up the engineering department currently, you'd either have to. It'd make sense to either have him reassigned to like have him reassign head of engineering position to somebody else to free him up for more intelligence work, or to leave him out of the intelligence division for the time being. Scramjet does pilot, but he's not the lead pilot. That
Oh yeah,
is
fuck yeah. Slan is great at computers. Well, not great, but he's pretty good.
Fuck yeah, he's not great, but
We have Shaba and Ashira. All right.
I was gonna say Shaba and
If
Ashir
Slan
built
rolls
bot
if Slan
hackers.
rolls a natural 20, it's a 39. Shaba, what do you get with a natural 20?
46.
See what I mean? So
I-
Slan's not bad.
Yeah.
He's just friggin' huge.
Yeah.
I forgot. Cyril's got a plus 16 to computers.
Right?
hey, something we can talk about.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Well, you also Slan and you also and Twinkle also share an interest in xenoarchaeology. So
Now,
This is
if
true.
Captain Zai rolls a 20 on computers, that's a 28, guys.
Oh, well, now my 41 feels a little bit better.
Oh no. I know how to do everything a little bit. Computers was one of those things where I'm like, I have 5 people that are hackers in the 90s, awesome. So, why do I need to know how to use computers? I'm the guy that still goes and put Zoom on for me. I can't get the sound to come through. It's just like the real world.
Oh god.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, I got quiet. Somebody talk.
yeah, you got but yeah, like you're looking through your personnel files, and this is the kind of. And I think Zrinvesh looks like he's at Zrinvesh, though you don't have as much information on, because I don't know how much like um, background you guys have done on him yet.
Right. Also, just so you know, in character Captain's Eye, because Serold is from a different dimension. I'm always watching when he meets a new person in the crew to see how he reacts. So I'm actually kind of interested when he meets Zenfaresh because I know that Zenfaresh was in the alternate reality that I've seen from the grave.
Yeah, but Shaba,
Sorry.
what are you up to at the moment?
Yeah, just going over these files. Um, Definitely going over fine tooth comb about Mert.
Looking into
Yeah, it seems a little shady to me.
We did all that research on him with
yeah,
you and
Yeah,
me.
you'd find a bunch of new research from Twinkle for sure.
yeah, you've
You could find more about him, probably. Maybe. If you roll like a nat
You-
20 or something.
well,
Yeah, I remember he
That's
rolled
not
pretty
subtle.
good for it.
yeah,
It's not subtle at all.
his past seems a bit sketchy. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
near as you can
He
tell,
didn't exist until 5 years ago.
But
yeah, as,
you find the suspicious man.
yeah,
Oh, and
Let's
if
just
anybody,
say I flip on the camera in that lab he's in. Well, my camera and watch him.
all right. So you're keeping an eye on merch then.
if anyone tries to
Ooh.
look into Cyril,
Uh.
you will find nothing. He did not exist here until like a month ago.
What about his buddies?
Them probably. I think they're from. No, where did I pick
No.
them up?
They're
'Cause
they're both essentially descended from shadows. You probably picked them up in the shadow plane, but in
I
shadow
went to
plane,
the Shadow Realm because that's where I sent Jimbo.
yeah. Yeah, so it's entirely though whether the shadow realm from this timeline or a different timeline, we don't know yet. Well, it would have had to have been from a different timeline because they came with you.
So yeah, we're just a bunch of like fucking 3 people who are like zeroed.
Well, there may have well been a Kaleth and Harak in this timeline, but we don't know anything about them.
And
True.
you're also forgetting that, like, you're not the only person who dimension hops, too. So there might be information on people from other dimensions.
Yeah, that's always something that you don't think about that gets really confusing and really convoluted once you start throwing magic into everything.
Yep.
I don't care nearly enough to like try to do all of that. That sounds like we're hacking government
Yeah.
installations, and while we
So-
have that power, we don't need to.
True.
Let's jam over here real quick and do it back to the tense battle with Xander, Vesa, a bunch of Orokorans, and some would-be would-be kidnappers. And since we always start at the top of the round, Xander.
In the face, and then shoot that one.
Okay, you shoot at the one you've been shooting at. Alrighty. $19 with an EAC actually hits. 22 is decent. So let's see. All right. Yeah, you shoot it and blast one of like its, part of its proboscis. It's part of its like mouth parts. From there it goes to Plu and his bug, So I need to name that damn thing.
Name it Dave.
Buggo.
No.
Uh,
No.
Under no circumstances could it be that cool, because Jester does not believe in regular name.
I used to have a dog named Kevin.
Not for alien races and fantasy races. No. For a human, you can name him Dave all you want. Don't freaking name him Bob. I hate that name.
Wow. 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 All right. Okay.
Targeted.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
See you guys.
We can talk about this after
Name
stream.
will be
Twenty-
After
Bob.
stream. It'll be great.
You could call him Ken. You know, Ken from Kenmore.
No.
Mm.
24. That hits. So that's a or 3 d4 plus 9. And Plu's. Oh damn! Plu's bug just killing it right there.
Yeah.
Literally, like,
like-
fires a barbed dart into the thing's, like, one of the thing's eyes, and apparently lodges into the creature's brain, and it slumps to the ground. Blue is like, he's like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? He's like, and I think what he's gonna do is he's actually gonna use Inspiring Boost on Vesa.
Hey, thanks. What's that do? Oh wait,
Gives
do I do that too?
Actually, that gives you stamina back. I believe you actually did take that too. So,
I did.
let's see. At any point, up twice the envoy level, so that's 18 plus his charisma mod. So, come on, blue. So it's gonna be, you get 24 stamina points back. Because Plu's like, he's like, are you okay? You got to be okay. You got this. You got this.
Good job, Kevin. As I talk to his bug, because I don't know his bug's name either.
Yeah. And that's his action.
Next week.
Vesa, you have. This is the. Nope, last round was the last round that so you're no longer hallucinating. You can act normally. There is still one of these Oracorans, but it's not the one that's attacking you. It's the one that was attacking Xander.
You can still hit yourself if you want.
I mean, I
I mean-
could, but what a
Okay.
waste of a session. So, I want to start with improved get 'em, and I want to spend a
Okay.
resolve point, so +2 boost for all targets. And I really don't have anywhere to go, so I'm gonna let me look at my things. I'm gonna shoot that motherfucker in the face, or what constitutes a face, with my laser pistol.
She does have a lot of experience in hitting things in faces.
I'm really good at it, you guys.
Well, give me the attack roll. You
Okay.
were pretty good
28.
at doing it this time.
I'm so
That's-
mad. Motherfucker! Just fucking shoot it.
Yeah, you shoot it, and it's still moving around. It makes a weird sound,
Oh, wow.
a weird hissing sound at you, but it is still going to. But that takes us back to the top of the round, because the one that was on the next initiative is the one that was attacking you, and it's dead. So
Yay.
Xander, you get a +2 bonus to your attack roll because get him.
Get 'em.
Because
Not in the face.
Do it.
Shoot him in the face.
all right,
No. Well,
that's
I'm
a
pretty
pretty
sure
good
you hit
hit.
it.
Yeah, you hit it. It's a it
What
makes a
pistol
weird
do you
hissing
have?
noise at you.
What do you, sir? I mean, not to screw you out of damage, but what are you firing that does 8d4 points of damage?
It says 44 on this little chart thingy. Why is it rolling 8 of them?
I have no idea.
Like I said, I'm sorry I screwed you out of some damage. If there's one that exists, I want one.
Amen.
Let me see here. Real
I feel like a
quick.
badass only doing 2d10.
Right now, 2d10's badass damage.
Apparently not.
I mean, once per combat, I can shoot a magic grenade that does 66.
It's pretty good.
No, it's actually you actually have 44 is what you put on the critical. 8d4 is what you have in the damage dice. It's a zenith laser pistol. I'll look at that real quick. 'Cause that may be wrong.
It's the gun where you do less on a crit. That's a good cursed item. We need to remember
I like-
that.
I like that concept. Yeah.
Well, the crit
Natural
damage would
20.
be in
Oh,
a,
you do 2 damage.
the it would be in addition to your normal damage. Wait a minute.
No, a cursed item that when you do a crit, it heals them that much damage instead.
Huh.
Oh, that's mean. Imagine putting that on a great sword.
Hey. They haven't finished my dungeon yet. Don't say things like that.
Whoa.
Yes. Bob
You
will
should
be
get-
there.
Whoa, you should not have a zenith laser pistol. That's a level 17 item. You need to take that down to an Aphelion.
Oh.
That it happens.
I was thinking, wow, I was thinking you were getting some monster fucking damage. So,
Sorry, Scott.
yeah. Well,
No, you would have noticed eventually. It's just, it was red, so I had to check out what numbers he rolled. And I was like, he rolled 3 ones and then 4 other numbers?
three, and
Sorry, guys.
Burn
Technical
1d4.
difficulties.
90-foot range. Fix this here real quick. 90 minutes. Burn 1d4. Put. Paste. 1d4. And it's fire damage. Okay. And capacity should be 40. And usage is 2. So, where's usage? Okay. Alright. There we go. There we are. Roll your attack again and we'll just take the damage instead. We won't worry about the attack roll. It's just re-rolling the damage. There you go, 12. So,
That's still pretty badass damage, guy.
so it's like, wait a minute. A Zenith, I was looking at it, it's like Zenith laser pistol. I'm like, yeah, it does 84 all right, but it's a level 17 item. That's way more than what you're supposed to have. All right. Let's see. Technically, I think you're. I guess I didn't describe like item level properly, or or what have you. In any case, the D suit 3 is. Yeah, that's a level 9, so that's fine. That one's actually correct. Okay. All right, it was just the pistol that was the issue. All right. Anyway, yeah, you shoot it and it takes some damage. Next on the list is it is going to attack. It's got the 1d3 plus, because it does take the penalty for not in the face. So
Is
it's
there
12,
only one left?
21. Yes, well, only one that you guys are dealing with. There's the rest of the group you're with are dealing with the ones that are at the front door.
Okay.
You can see Bazik swinging his chain or his shadow chains around and just whap, like grabbing the shit, like smacking the shit out of him. Meanwhile, um, meanwhile, what's his face? God damn, why can't I remember these motherfuckers' names off the top of my head right now? They are Toffa. Meanwhile, Toffa is just going to town. And Isaki is casting some spells, and Awali is loading up her pistol to shoot an injection into Toffa, while Squibble is they're all basically like taking care of the front end of shit. So that is it takes it to them. Is 21 enough to hit your EAC, Xander?
Mine's 23.
So nope, it misses you. Let's see. Plu is going to. What's Plu gonna do? Plu and his bug. First of all, let's go to Plu. And he's going to use a move action to use and spend a resolve to use get him on the remaining Oricoran that you guys are dealing with. So his bug is not attacking this round because he had to use his move action, and he misses.
Oh.
He would have had his choices were use the move action or get him, or use the move action to command his bug to attack, and he used it to do get him. But that does mean is Vason that you now get a +2 bonus because he went get him. Actually, you
Cool.
went get him too. So
I did.
yeah, so you get a +2 bonus.
Is it my turn?
Yep, it is you.
Cool. Cool,
It's
cool.
you. It's all you.
Awesome. So, fucking get him with a +2 to everybody. Do I get a +4 if I do that?
I don't think it stacks,
Okay.
but I do think
Most
but
things in Starfinder
it
don't.
does.
Okay.
But it does mean you could choose to not, because Plu used get him. You don't have to necessarily use get him. You can use your move action for something else if you want to.
Okay.
If you have another ability you want to trigger.
Yeah, if it says circumstance bonus, you can't get another circumstance bonus unless it is a higher one.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know where to move to. Fuck it, I'm gonna shoot that guy in the face again. I don't care. It's fine.
Okay.
Fuck him. Their ass. And it's garbage.
Oof. Well, it is not meleeing anybody at the moment. You could take a move action to try to take cover and gain a bonus to your armor class in case it tries to attack you.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I will find cover. Also,
Okay.
I have this cool thing that is diversion that also allows my allies to hide. Would that be something I could do for my people? Or is it not worth it to do that right now?
Diversion. Is that?
It just says bluff to allow allies to hide because I shorthand everything and then screw myself later.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if it's a class ability or a feat.
It's a feat.
Okay. Um. Does it let's because I want to see what kind of action it takes here real quick.
Okay.
Because if it takes a move action, then you'd be choosing either that or finding cover.
Okay.
I want to make
Which
sure
is
of that before I don't want
All
to
right.
screw you up.
It says when you successfully use a bluff to create a distraction, you can allow an ally to attempt a stealth check to hide instead of attempting to hide yourself. You can attempt to allow multiple allies to use stealth to hide, but you take a -5 to your bluff check for every ally after the first. And on a fail, no ally can attempt to hide.
okay. Then I'm just gonna go hide. Fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Take
you're
cover.
gonna take cover. Yeah, all right. All right. Yeah.
It says the normal is using bluff to create a distraction only allows you to attempt a stealth check to hide. So you can still use your bluff to attempt to hide yourself,
Oh, do I have to roll
according to
bluff
this.
right now?
Uh, you. It depends on if you're actually trying to hide or if you're just trying to take cover.
I'm just gonna take cover.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So you take cover. So make it a little harder for it to spit hallucinogenic vomit at you again.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. Yeah.
All right.
Have a goose egg on my forehead.
And we are back to the top of the round. Xander.
My brain forgot what it's called, but do the thing where he takes a -4 using resolve. He don't get a check. I shoot him in the face.
Not in the face. Yeah. So, all right. $19, and that's enough to hit with an energy weapon. 9 points of damage. That's enough to drop it.
Yay.
Xander, you managed to shoot it right in the middle of the face as it's going to try to spit at you again, and it quivers and fall and kind of like collapses onto the ground.
No, puking on me no more.
Yeah, and I think this is about the time where like maybe uh, Bazik, who's sort of like in the doorway swinging his chain around, fucking manages to smash the last of the ones at the front end over the, like across the back and break what appears to be its back. And Squibble like shoots the last one that's outside through a window. Um, they kind of look around. There's a handful of dead Orocorans around the front entrance and like the two that you guys killed and what have you.
I'm gonna turn around, still like whatever, and then where they are, and just be like, any more? Just like need to be blown apart.
Yeah, Bazik at this point looks like he is just in it, like he's panting heavily. They're burnt scorch marks from him getting hit with the acidic spit. A couple of like you can tell he fought very recklessly. Toffa kind of did too, but not as bad. Um,
That's
which
a
by the
vest
way,
for you.
which by the way, you guys do recognize Bazik uh, out of context because he is a famous gladiator.
Oh. Good to know.
He was kind of kicked out of he was kind of kicked out of a few leagues here and there. Like he generally performs only in like some of the most lethal matches in the Vescarium. Uh, let's see, and I need for you guys to the building has been compromised at this point, and there's still a thing going on here. There is still a radiation storm, so I am going to need some saving throws here.
Okay.
I pray all of you make them. Well,
Fortitude saves.
you and Xander, that is.
Oh
But
no.
Well, that's not horrible.
Okay.
Can you re-roll a save? Do you have that ability?
I don't think I do. Let me look.
Xander,
No.
let me get your fort save.
I can reroll saves,
Alright.
but not that save.
So far, you guys are good, but the building is relatively compromised, and there right now it's sort of letting in low levels of radiation. If you guys want, you can try to shore this thing up to give it to get it back up, but I will need some engineering checks.
I really want to collect some of that spit, just for science.
For science.
Get it off your forehead.
You and I have a very different definition of science.
I mean, I wonder if you could microdose that shit and it's not as bad. So I want to check that shit out. So, personally, I'd like to attempt to shore up the building
Okay,
so that
so
I can trip later. But
Do you have engineering? Then make that roll.
yeah.
Yes, Xander, you too. Look at
so
Xander. Ah, look at that.
Yeah. I think between the two of you, you managed to get it takes you a little bit.
Nice.
It takes you a little bit, but
Oh, nice.
I do need one more fort save from both of you. Um,
Hey.
Oh,
Oh.
poor
because it
Xander.
takes you a minute. Oof.
Oh no.
Xander, do you have the ability to reroll a save?
Mm,
That's too
Okay.
bad.
So,
It comes
Xander,
in handy.
I need you to make another fort save.
Doesn't he get like a plus to this one?
No, he does not.
Oh, that's too bad.
You now have radiation sickness.
I'm so
Ooh.
sorry I did this to you for drugs.
It's
Xander may die.
which means, well, you do have some options at your disposal. Do either of you have the medicine skill?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. When he
Roll
goes
that.
to make his saving throw tomorrow, you can roll to see if you can help him if you can give him a bonus to his save.
Okay.
But he doesn't get another save until tomorrow. So
Okay.
It's too bad. Otherwise, that was a beautiful medicine check, dear.
Thank you. It was really
You're
nice.
like, you have radiation poisoning. I can help tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you're power through the night. You'll be okay. As I'm like,
As
I don't
he's
know,
throwing up on the floor,
and I don't know,
well,
trying to
shitting
collect.
himself profusely.
oops. It's not that bad yet, but let's see. It is a physical track, so tomorrow you will need to make and you're at latent phase. So tomorrow we'll see how it goes. Let's make a note here what the DC is. Physical track. And
I forget,
page
is it
number so I
horrible
can
or is it
reference
decent?
it. It depends on the level of the radiation exposure.
Mm. It's been a while since I've radiated people to death, so I've forgotten.
Well, it depends on what level of radiation.
Yeah, I think my save is like 19 or 20 now, something like that.
Yeah, you're able to create a great deal of radiation when you use your ability. But
Yes.
yeah, you I need to make some checks here for them as well. Let's see. Tafa makes it. Wally.
I kind of hope the big guy gets sick. It'll be good.
Wally does not make it, so she's gonna make the secondary save to see if it's the sickness, but does not get the sickness. Exposed, but not sick. Let's see. Basic. Save. Oh yeah, and he's got the +2 that, and Jesus Christ, yeah, he's he's fine. So I think he's got like some radiation buffer in his armor or what have you. Isaki. Let's see if she makes her save. She's probably got the biggest chance of failing, but she doesn't. And then Squibble. I need to finally finish his shit, but let's see. For now, I'm just going to give him the same as what the other warriors had for a bonus. And he's fine. So Xander's the only one who gets sick. All right. But yeah, you're not feeling any ill effects yet. It'll be tomorrow before you start to feel the effects. But let's move back over real quick to Twinkle and the Commodore.
I'm back in the party.
Yeah, you managed to make it back.
Good. I do the apology when I get there. That takes 10 minutes
Okay.
because, it's Kasathan, so it takes a long time. Kasathan are like Ents. Anything we do, we try to do well, and it takes a really long time.
Yep.
I like that.
That super cultured thing.
So after that, I'm back at the party. Well, all right, the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. Anything fun happened while I was gone?
Yeah.
Oh man, I left poor Melanie here this whole time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she's
Melanie.
been going
I should
through.
have took you back to the ship.
No, she's
wait.
been reading. She's been reading books.
Well, not only
'Cause there's
that, but these are
been
people
nothing
that would
else to
actually
do.
have like pictures of me and Nahir when we were kids, so that thing could have happened.
She's been trying to find ways to entertain herself because the conversation hasn't really been appealing to her at the moment.
No.
She's distracted.
Anyway, I
got
still
the offer to go.
apologized to her when I got back. Go ahead.
I got the offer to go see an artist later.
Oh, and while this is all going on, with our telepathic bands combined, catch me up. Oh, thanks.
Just kind of vomits everything on you. The whole kind of unrest in this district. They're kind of caught in the middle. They don't know what to do because, well, I mean, you know better than Twinkle would that any little, spark from this place is gonna, have some uncompromising, reaction to just
All right, but this was
destroy
all
everything
from
here.
not Rogo. Rogo's wrong.
Rossif.
Rossif. And Rossif was a dear friend of Nahir's, correct?
Yeah, Rossif was one of Nahir's running buddies before he joined the service.
And
Twinkle's not going to give you an opinion, just what he was told. So.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I just figured it's something you should know sooner rather than later.
Well, yeah, and we're on a time limit here too. All right.
I
So
mean, that's fair.
what do the other two have to say?
Well, other than one trying to shush him about it, nothing. I haven't tried to talk to them about it.
No, and if I remember right, he will literally talk your ear off. So
I mean, I still got both of mine, but I can see where the concern lies.
okay, so when I go back and I eat my plate and do all of that stuff, what do the other two have to say to me? I mean,
Oh, they keep polite conversation for the most part, like asking about like, what asking about like, obviously further details about like, Nahir and yourself and like how how you came to be known, how you came to be hooked up with such a nefarious crew, and these sort. It's the sort of really polite way of asking around it, the deal. Um,
right? And of course, I'm brutally honest with him.
and Nuhi's probably the one that's the most direct about it because she studied with you to become an Adada. She's like,
Right. Well, yeah, we were friends. I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
And
She's
so
probably the one that's like, she's probably like, so what possessed you to blow up a mortuary on Versace on the heels of a
mm.
terrorist attack, no less?
Well, you see, I had formed a kinship with a Isekai who turned out to be more of a handful than I expected. And most of my troubles would have been solved if just right there in the mortuary I had knocked him unconscious and waited for the authorities to come. So my nostalgic heart once again caused me troubles.
Like, there's a, and Jim is like, and shooting at law enforcement officers. Was that,
I was drunk.
oh, it is. It's like any kind of, and and I think he's like,
That
and
was
were you
another one of
drunk?
those times where the mercenaries called law enforcement to let them know what they were doing. Well, not mercenaries, bounty hunters. And the thing is, well, I didn't want to go with the bounty hunters. And then the cops intervened. So I took another shot and fired some random rounds from the ship. And did I actually hit any cars? Because, that probability chance is like huge.
I
Or
think
did
we,
I just
I
fire
think,
around them?
I think narratively we said you hit one, blew one
Okay.
up, but nobody was in it. They were
Right,
hiding
yeah.
behind other cars or something.
Mm. But either way, it was one of those things. And, well, since we last hung out, I've changed quite a bit. After all, you know that I have the most well known Kasathan face of any Kasathan ever.
Yeah, Jim's like, yeah, your I thought your aunt was going to I thought your aunt was going to pass out in the Doyanate when the when the video about your adventures at the Holovid Awards made the news. And that's
Yeah,
Jim speaking here.
that was. We had a good plan, and then we just didn't do it at all. It happened. But, I don't know. It's been great talking with you guys and hanging out. But, I only have a few short hours left here on the Adari,
Mhm.
and I still have much to do because even though I'm known as a notorious terrorist. Words are hard, guys. Let's try that again. Even though I'm a notorious terrorist, I have lots of side work that's technically not bad.
Yeah, I think like, and Jim's a bit stiff upper lip here, and but Rosov is like he waits for the moment where you're about to leave, and
Hmm.
then and kind of, he's like, I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna walk home with it now too, and like he kind of snags your arm. Is like, hey, I've been talking with your friend, and the and he goes, so there's a bunch of folks here that would probably do better not here.
Hmm. Technically, my dear friend, I am caught up. I tap the band on my head because I'm sure he knows
Sorry.
what it is. And my crew is mostly loyal, so they try to keep me up to date. So I had already planned on doing this anyway, but here in a minute, when we get back towards your house, I'm going to give a short speech in the Red District and offer. Oh God, what is it when they give you 160 acres? What's that word?
Uh,
Shit, words are hard.
Manifest
can't-
destiny?
No, that's not it. Is it? No.
Okay.
What the
No.
Romans did when they would give land to their soldiers.
oh,
I was
shit.
thinking Oklahoma.
You don't
Are we
want
gonna
land.
put them on a reservation?
No.
Oof.
But no, basically, I'm gonna go and offer anyone that wants to a
You're gonna
fucking spot
parcel
on
out the
Planet
land.
Xi.
Are you
Yeah.
making a homestead
Man,
act?
that's the word. Homestead. Thank you,
Okay.
Cyrus. I love you. That's the word I couldn't remember.
Okay.
Ah,
We're
yeah.
making homesteaders. I gotcha.
Right. And I'm gonna meditate before I do that, so I get all my extra shit.
I think Ross was like, if you're looking to get, I can introduce you to some people. There's a meeting after the art exhibit tonight.
Mm.
Uh, a bunch of a bunch of us that a bunch of folks that are affiliated with the Unfulfilled.
Mm. And that's your guys' little gang. Well, I
Oh,
realize gang is a bad word.
it's like no, not gang, more like a movement. Something of a political movement,
Yes.
if you want to
yes.
call it that.
There was unrest when I was here last. I can only imagine it's gotten worse.
Yeah, he's
So, if that's the case, we can do that. I shall join Twinkle at this art exhibit you're taking him to, and then afterwards we will have the meeting with your compatriots.
yeah, and it's the art exhibit is pretty good. It's very new. It's
Is it
very new.
expensive? That's the real question.
Um, no, I mean it's the red district. There's a couple of people who look a bit out of place. People who might be essentially who might be from richer families that are looking for more exotic
Right.
pieces or whatever. But they come with bodyguards and the whole 9 yards, and
Well, and I'm not
they're
trying to cause a fuss, but
no, but they would do that anyway because it's the red district. They're
I,
not
I, I
expecting you
buy
to show
I
up at the
buy
art show.
I don't know. I mean, I'm Captain's Eye. I do lots of crazy things.
Hmm.
I'm definitely going to buy something from this artist. What's the most expensive thing here?
He's probably got a couple of pieces that he's asking. Like he's probably got a piece that he's asking like 100 credits for, and
Really?
it's
How many
a.
pieces are here?
There's a good 5 pieces, and the 100 credit piece item is a crest eater, but it's a picture of a crest eater in a traditional Kasathan background. However, it's all done in like more city lined colors. It's done with sort of like the same kind of like
Okay.
stylistic that
So
most Kasathans would use to draw a cityscape, like the colors and the lines and the way it's put
you
together.
said there are 5 actual pieces here for sale,
Yeah, there's
and
a
the most
sculpture.
expensive one is 100 credits.
Yeah.
I give them 600 credits for everything.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You get like a sculpture of a you get like a sculpture of a Kasathan couple that are like naked except for spears and loincloths, and you get and you get a and you know
Mm.
primitive masks, not
No, no. All of that is cool. Twinkle, these are
and
for
Yeah, boy.
you.
Uh, uh, Captain, going into the telepath stuff. I still owe you. Remember?
No, no. Uh, these are just for your collection. You don't owe me for these.
Uh, I don't know what
Uh,
to say, Captain.
this artist is going places, so it will be nice for you to have some originals when he
Uh,
gets famous.
yeah. He does not know what to say. He actually does kind of tear up a little
Uh,
bit. I
and then I will also pay someone, whoever's going to deliver these to the ship, 100 credits also, because I'm
Okay,
feeling generous today. And it's the Red District. This is good money for them.
yeah, and I don't think it
Thank you.
takes and I think we kind of get like the sort of montage bit of you giving like a speech, unless you have like something really big,
I
something
was going to
cool
say,
written.
I kind of, no, I didn't actually write anything for it. I was just going to do my thing.
Okay,
I mean, I'm
I think
Captain
we can.
Zai. I want to roll for it.
Okay.
uh,
Oh, God.
I'm going to use my once per day to re-roll that as I go into a coughing fit. That is better than the first one. I'm okay with it.
Oh God.
you
James, how is that for a one?
you almost have to you almost make a social faux pas even for like red district Kasathans, and then you cover up with a hacking fit and save yourself. But yeah, you maybe we get like the sort of impressionistic of like you giving like maybe we even get like still pictures of like Zai sort of like standing on not maybe not like a literal soapbox, but like a crate or something, talking to a group of
One of
Kasat.
those concrete tables that they have outside.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like talking to a group of Kasathans, and many of them like looking at you or each other with sort of half this with these interested looks on their faces and whatnot, and we get like the you know and we kind of like go out on that note, and we kind of like, and maybe as we go out on this, like we get the uh no, I think that's actually probably good. Just like the still shots of like various, Captain Zion poses giving a speech and talking to people. Like maybe there's one of the coughing fit. Um, you know, everybody's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But the end result of that is you have several Kasathans that are not like leveled adventurers or anything, mostly artists and, you know, people of more common variety that or lower level, I should say,
Mm.
that
I also
will
make
join you
mention
on your
in that
ship.
speech. I also make mention in that speech that there's at least one position open on my ship for a Kasathan.
Preferably a bartender.
Well, no, that bartender wasn't there. Or no, we didn't get to go there. But
Well,
either way, he
Rossif
wouldn't
is
have been there.
among Rossif is among the ones that wants to go with you.
Oh, well, if Rossif wants to go with me, then I'm
Yeah,
okay with that. I'm
yeah,
sure
he's
Nahir would have approved a little bit.
yeah, he's and Rossif has Rossif is kind of like yeah, he's not happy particularly here either. And I
Hmm.
think with that said, we'll like maybe the last still shot is of like uh conversation between Zai and Rossif, and with with maybe Lady Sonnet and Twinkle and Nurks in the background, and Melanie, you know, trying very hard to stand still, obviously. And Tixbit just sort of like looming over Zai's shoulder in a very uncomfortable way for most people. Um, but if you'll all send me your Player's Choice Awards, and we can get sign off started. And why don't
Hi,
we
I'm Captain Zai. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
and let's start with Shaba, who is going through personnel files. But let's start with Shaba.
Shh. She's looking at people's records.
Yep.
Yes, I'm Brian. I played Shaba Young today. Captain of the Fire Shrike, intelligence officer for Captain Zai, and who knows what else. But yeah, and surprisingly, right now, that's really all I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, it is a short and sweet. So on to the next person.
All right. Let's go to Psychopathic.
Psych, Scott, I don't pick a name and I'll answer, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so I played Xander today. And I shot people. And I found a mistake on creating this person and it happened. Hey, I'm human. Deal with it. I'm okay with it. Yeah. And now I'm poisoned. Yay.
Well, radiation.
Well, radiation, my bad. Yeah. Let's see. What's the next day? Tuesday? No, Wednesday. It's supposed to be in Hinchterminch playing night. The little dude that steals. I have no idea. Lost track of time on Wednesday. Wasn't there last time. My bad. It's the same thing on Sunday, because whatever. I have things I need to reevaluate with scheduling purposes and do that, and that's where I am in my head. So we'll figure everything out in the future. I have personal aggro I have to deal with.
All right. I suppose let's move on to Twinkle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Twinkle, who's being played by Sire Smith. Hello. Yeah, you just saw Twinkle not fuck something up for once, which that's a new one for for me, because I'm not very good at being smart, and when Twinkle has to be the smart, it doesn't end well. Anyways, you can also find me on Wednesday playing Acer, the telepathic sniper, who had to sit down and have a talk with the adopted child, who people will claim is not adopted. She's adopted, okay? We're just gonna leave it at that. She's adopted. No one can tell Acer otherwise. Except maybe the police. Yeah, we're just gonna move on from there. You can also find me on this Saturday, where we are going to be wrapping up our wrapping up the Spark of Fate, where yes, I'll be playing Mulch Ambershard, the fucking pissed dwarf who is ready to break all of the rules for self-satisfaction, because let's just be honest, that's how we roll. And on Sundays, Bob has a thing or two to say. So you don't like my name, hmm? Well, maybe I didn't have much of a choice, okay? Yes. His name is Bob, and yes. So if you want to come find out Bob's real name, you should tune into Sundays, because soon all will be revealed, including Bob's real first name.
Is it Kevin?
Is it Robert?
It's not Robert and it's not Kevin.
Okay.
Uh,
But that brings it back to Monday, and that's it for me.
all right. Amy Gedden, you want to go next?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Amy Gedden. I play with these guys Monday night, and I am Fesa, the Lashunta, who apparently decided that hitting herself in the face twice was a great idea. And hard, like not even like a casual like bonk. The fucking hard ass hit. Stupid. She's so dumb. But she got to kill some shit, so that's pretty awesome. And now we're gonna attempt to microdose some acid. Maybe. Not. I don't
Some
know. We'll
vomit?
see. Yeah, acid vomit. Like maybe it can be synthesized or I don't know. I'm not a science person. I just want to see what happens.
Well,
So
if you ever make it to the ship, we have a guy that can probably do it.
you have a guy? I need to talk to your guy. So there's my way to get on your ship.
Hi!
Oh yes, it's so good. Um, I don't play in any other games right now because scheduling is weird for me, but that's okay because this is still loads of fun and my favorite night of the week. And that's it for me.
Awesome, awesome. James, Neidhart.
Hi ho, friendos. My name is James,
Alright.
otherwise known as Nightheart, and you've caught me here today playing Sterile Silverchild, who I can officially say is part of the crew of the Fire Shrike. It's been a long time
Yay.
coming, and it just keeps coming, and it just keeps coming. You can also find me here on Wednesdays where I play Martyr, the pain-dealing mutant, who actually does seem to have some personality traits deep under there, but he's just a sad boy you don't want to show them no more. And we're also going to die fighting a vampire, but that's beside the point. You can also find me on Saturdays, playing on the Saturday in either one of many different Justice Grab Bags, or you can find me in this, the last episode of A Spark of Fate, where I'll be playing, for the last time, Marin Farcaller, the boring old human sorcerer with a not-so-boring fairy, pretending to be a fruit bat, named Zam Zam.
I love Zam.
If and on Sundays, you can find me in Tales from the Cosmos, where I play a whole bunch of different characters, including... Now, I'm not going to get into it, there's too many. Just come see. You'll find one you like. Otherwise, you're a picky bitch.
Just
And,
pick right, otherwise they'll disappear.
And, yeah, that is me.
Awesome. And Chris. Oh, well, I think he is busy at the moment. So we'll win 5, get 1 free.
Yes, the what? Me? Hi everybody, my name is Mike, also known as Win 5, Get 1 Free, and you have just caught me playing Matthias Merch Dieschburg, the sneaky little plant man who's got plans within plans within plans. He's, I'll think of a good pun eventually involving vegetables and some Warhammer 40k gods. You can also catch me on, some Thursdays. I was like, am I in anything else? You can catch me on some Saturdays, rather, where I am playing either Beef or Eastern Bloc in Justice Grab Bags, or if we have Black Box Theaters, I will be a part of that as well. You can catch our channel on YouTube if you are currently watching on Twitch at youtube.com/Paradise Theater. And if you're on YouTube and you want to catch us on Twitch, you can catch us at twitch.tv/para_dice_theater. And if you want to see scheduling and errata and hot memes, you can catch us on Twitter at Paratheater. You can catch my music at soundcloud.com/thathoon, THATHOON, all caps, one word. I'm the guy with the picture of egg salad for my profile picture, and that is me.
Awesome.
Sorry, guys, work problems.
Yes. And it is on to you.
Hi, guys, I'm Captain Zai. I'm normally here on Monday nights. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, most of the time, if we could, we'd vote for Jester to get extra experience, but he's God, so he gets all the experience he wants. He has infinite +1. He needs no more. And, but, yeah, I love this game. I mean, this is what, episode 110?
108.
108. Okay. This is episode 108. If he wasn't doing a kick-ass job, we wouldn't still be doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Jester, like I said, thank you. And then Saturdays, I also play with the Jester sometimes as Rita Throatrot, a boy that likes to dress like a girl, wear leather chaps, and ride a motorcycle across the apocalypse. That was put off last week because it was the 4th and I had family stuff to do. Sorry about that. And then sometimes, if we ever get back to it, I play the Sarasota Kid in our wrestling game, and it kicks a lot of ass when we do get to do it. And normally, this is where I would say my friend Purple Codex sells t-shirts at tpublic.com, and I just did. So we're going to go with that. They are amazing and fantastic t-shirts. They're so epic. I mean, they're so epic that James has to finish this part of the commercial.
What is a merge? A miserable little pile of epic. But enough epics. How about you?
Oh God.
That reference is so good.
Oh God,
That was great. That's great. Oh, and also tonight's episode was brought to you by Boards, Booze, and Bitches. It's food worth dying over, guys. If you ever get the chance, visit. T-shirts are like 15 credits. It's awesome.
Awesome sauce. Well, it comes back around to me, and everybody gets 1,000 experience points for the session.
Yay!
And tonight's Player's Choice winner, and guys, this was really close. This was almost a 3-way tie. Brian was the last vote. He was the deciding vote. And Amy Gedden, Vesa gets an extra 700 XP this week. Good job.
Nice.
Thanks,
Nice.
guys.
Golf
Ha
clap.
ha 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 ha. I voted for the winning team. That means I win, right?
Yes.
Yes, James, give yourself an extra amount of experience points.
Okay. 30,000 it is. I'll see you guys at level 11.
Does not work that way.
God, I wish it did.
In any case, with that said, I am the Just the King's Right. You can catch me here on Monday nights for the Fire Shrike, our flagship show. Oh my God, triple digits, and we are still going. This is insane, and it is the longest campaign I have ever run. And as much as I put into it, I got to hand it to my players. Your level of excitement for this game is what keeps me pushing onwards and forwards and keeps me as into it and as driven about it as if I didn't get input from these guys from time to time about things they like and don't like and what they want to see and what they want to do, I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, oh, I'm kind of bored now, but I can't be bored. This is too much fun, and I have a great group here. So, hats off to you guys. You can also catch me here on Saturdays for Just as Grab Bags on the every other Saturday that we do those such things where I do a number of different things like the Apocalypse World where we go all Mad Max with a lot of psychic fuckery, and that's a great deal of fun. I was actually hoping to do Legion Championship Wrestling this last Saturday, but 4th of July, everybody was kind of busy, so I get it. I understand. I decided to have a cookout by myself and drink beer and just be drunk and eat a lot of meat on my own. You can also catch me here on Sundays for the Ballad of the Menagerie, where it is Starfinder set in the same universe as the Fire Shrike, but not necessarily directly connected, although there are the occasional references back and forth. This crew is very large and diverse. That crew is a little more tight-knit, but no less diverse. We always like to say never bring a knife to a bear fight for Ballad because that quite literally was a thing. There are other things that may be coming down the pipeline. I'm workshopping some things. Other GMs around the channel are workshopping some things. People are looking at schedules and how we can, we find replacements for our Tuesday and Thursday stuff. And I'm toying with a Friday idea. If there's enough interest and I can come up with something that's fun enough. Stay tuned for all of that goodness. And with that said, let's get an RIP Fern and get the hell out of here.
R.I.P.
Fur.